Welcome to Edmodo tutorial number 6, parent accounts. In this tutorial, we'll look at how to create a parent account. We'll take you on a tour of what it actually looks like when you log into a parent account. We'll talk about turning on or off notifications depending on what kind of messages you want to receive from Edmodo. We'll look at how to use the planner, how to look at student profiles and their grades. Now, what we have here is we have a student account that I've created for Edmodo, and the reason I'm showing you this is so that every single student that logs in or signs up to Edmodo is given an individual parent code. So each child who is in Edmodo is given a single unique parent code, and you need this parent code to be able to sign up for your child. So what we're going to do is we'll move this out of the way, and then what I'll do is I'll pretend to sign up as a parent. So when you go to edmodo.com, you will be taken to this page here, and right here underneath it says parent sign up. So I would place my unique parent code here. I say that I am this child's father. I create a username for myself, which I'll use to log in. I will create a password. I will use my email account, and I suggest that you use the email that the school uses to contact you, your first name, last name, and then sign up. Since I've already created a parent account for this particular child, I'll just simply log in. And it will take me to this particular child. So this is a parent account, and there's some key things to look for in this parent account. Now, a couple key features for the parent account is this tab right here, which is the planner or calendar. A second important one is add a student. So if you have multiple children in Ishmik or at the international school, you would simply click add a student, and you'd put in the second child's parent code. And what it'll do is it'll connect all of your children into this one account. And as you can see here, I have connected 2 different children or students to this particular parent. Now, the first thing we'll look at is when we go over to accounts here, a very important function of Edmodo is being able to receive notifications through your email. So you go to account and then to settings. I click that, and here I've set up the email I want it to contact me at, my name. You should change this here to Asia Ho Chi Minh by scrolling down. Asia Ho Chi Minh. That way my calendar will be synced properly. And now an important thing is email or text updates. So here I've said that I want to receive notifications by email. And I've also told Edmodo that whenever a teacher posts an alert, replies to a assignment, if the teacher sends any notes, or if the teacher creates any assignments, I will receive them in my email. Now I'll go back to home. Now a great thing about Edmodo is it does a really good job of communicating with the parents and letting them know what's happening in class. Here you can see that there are 2 assignments that are due. Here you can see that this family of 2 students has 3 late assignments. You can see that there is 1 new grade for this family, for one of the 2 students. There are 2 upcoming events that have been placed in the student calendars, and that 1 assignment that was graded, there was an actual comment made by the teacher. So let's go to the planner or the calendar. We'll click on it. And this comes up, and this is for this week here, September 23rd to September 27th. And you can see so far there's been one thing posted, and it happens to be an assignment for the 7J math class that one of the students is enrolled in. Check this exercise, then what's going to happen in the class, percent composition, and the assignment that's happening, and when it is due. If I go back a week, this was our trip week, so you can see that there's not much happening this week. I'll go back one more week, and as you can see, we had regular school Thursday, we had regular school Friday, and for grades 6 and 7s we had regular school Monday. And so the parents can check, and the green is one student in grade 7 and the orange is the grade 6 student, so you can see that there are different postings happening. And as a parent I can click on that and it'll give me an overview of what was happening. So this is what happens when teachers post things in their student calendars. And I can click on the month view, and what happens is the orange are all the postings that are happening for the grade 6 student, and the green is all the postings that are happening, or that is happening for the grade 7 student. So you can see that the parents, as a parent, you can see basically everything that's going on in classes when teachers are posting to the calendars. I'll go back to home. Now on the main page, on your main parent page, you can see that this grade 6 student had an assessment for microscopes assigned, and when it is due on the 28th. You can actually see what the assignment is by going full post, so you know exactly what is required of your child. And there's even a rubric attached in this case, so you can actually see what your child is being graded on. As soon as it opens, it takes a bit of time. So this is an assignment that was given to the grade 7 students. And you can see that it is the rubric, so everything on how it's going to be graded, so you can see all that. This is a note that I sent to the 6P homeroom parents and the 6P homeroom student group. Here's another note where I wanted to let everyone know what to bring for the school trip. This note was sent to 6P Maths, and it was about having the students study for their rounding test. A parent had emailed me asking me for the Ishmael calendar, so I was able to embed it in Edmodo, and then I sent it to the parents. So you can see that this is a really good way to send information from the teacher or classroom to the parents. Now, when I click on assignments due, you can see that on September 28th, the One World microscope assignment is due for this grade 6 student. If I click on late assignments, it gives this the student it's for, it tells you what date it was due, and it also shows you the actual assignment. And again, if I go here, September 17th, this other assignment was due, and so the parent can see what the assignment is, when it's due, if there's any videos or whatever, so the parent knows exactly what's happening. When a teacher creates a new grade, you're given a notification, and in this case the student received a 5 out of 6 on the lab safety poster. Any upcoming events that are happening in the calendars. And you can see on September 24th, this was the posting I made for 7J Maths. We're checking the homework, and percent composition is what's happening in class. On September 28th, I want all the kids to get their planner signed. If a teacher gives a comment on an assignment, you can see here that on the lab safety poster that, hey, great stuff, the student did a very good job on it. I'll return to home. Now over here, if you have multiple students, this is where the different students will come up. And what I can do is over here in the settings, I can actually give them different colors so that you will be able to see what's happening for those particular students. So if I click on green, this is the stuff that's happening for the grade 7 student. If I click on the orange, then it should come up with what's happening for the orange student. Okay? So you can see I can filter post by either student, the grade 7, or the grade 6. Now if I click on profile for this particular student, I go into profile, and what will happen is the basic information for the student will come up. It'll tell the parents how many posts or replies the student has made, how many groups they're involved in, how many badges or rewards they've received, what teachers they're connected to. Also, it'll give the parents a description of the badges. And you can see that this was the Rhino Spirit badge for having great Rhino Spirit. Also shows you what classmates they're involved in, their favorite quote, career goal, and how they like to learn. As a parent, if I click progress, what happens is all the groups that this student is involved with will come up. And in this particular case, this student is involved in 4 groups. These 3 groups don't have any grades as of right now, but as you can see, 6P Science has a percent. Now for MYP, we don't use percents, but we can ignore the percentage because you can go into the actual grade book, and here you can see the actual assignments that have been given. You can see that this one is waiting to be graded. This one was not turned in yet, so it's an late assignment, and you can see when it's due. You can see that this student received a 6 out of 20 on a lab safety quiz, and on the lab safety poster they got a 5 out of 6. So you can, as a parent, you can track all of their grades. You can receive notifications on when assignments are due, new grades, upcoming events, all that kind of stuff. You can connect multiple children to one account. And through the planner, you can basically track everything that's happening in your children's school lives. Hope this helps. If you have any questions, you can come to an Edmodo parent session or send me an email at michaelparsons@ishmic.edu.vn. Enjoy using Edmodo.